You cute baby. Yes, you are. Okay, so welcome to Herding Little Cows. Today is March 29th, 30th, something like that. It's Monday. And we are all stuck in the house like the rest of you in this country as we deal with the coronavirus. And we're still praying for the nurses and the doctors and all the healthcare workers that have to be out treating, thank you, treating this coronavirus. And we're also praying for those essential workers that are out keeping our country running, the truck drivers and the Walmart workers and the grocery store workers and just all of those people. We thank you so much for doing all of this work while the rest of us are staying home to try to keep everyone else safe. So I hope you are staying home. I hope you are following good social distancing so that we can help do our part to not make people sick. So that's what we're doing right now. So my video today is just to talk a little bit about some of the free resources that are available right now because of the quarantine and schools being closed, but also just thinking of what to do with your family while you're in this break. So I would suggest one thing to do would be to make a list of activities that you as a family would like to do. Maybe you would like to, and this will depend on where you live, maybe you would like to start your garden. We got some gardening supplies the other day, but it's a little too early to start here in Maine. We don't plant anything outside until Memorial Day weekend, so we still have quite a while and we don't want our seedlings to get too big before we set them outside. But maybe if you live down in like Florida, you could be doing that. I saw friends in Florida swimming yesterday, so definitely different than we have here. Today's rainy and yucky. Maybe you want to camp in the backyard. Maybe you want to camp in the living room and just have a fun camp out for the kids. Maybe you want to clean out the closets. I don't know what it is, but making a list, and making a list involving your kids, asking them fun things that they'd like to do, but also useful things that could be done around the house. Maybe a room that needs to be painted, or like I said, cleaning out closets. We cleaned out the basement the other day to just kind of reorganize things. So involving the kids in that list, because if they can be involved and know that there's some fun things on the list that they're looking forward to, it helps to get all the other work done. And so some of the things that we're focusing on over this time is educational goals that we want to see in each of the kids, things that they're interested in. So one of the things that's available right now is Rosetta Stone is doing 3 months free for students. And we've looked at Rosetta Stone in the past and seen that's expensive. And I didn't have a child who was really interested in learning one of the languages offered. Regina's interested in sign language, but that's not one of their classes. So we had never looked into it before. But with the trial period, we had everyone get on it, and Naomi really took a liking to Spanish, and so she has been taking my phone every day to do Spanish lessons and is really enjoying that. So that's something that we're able to allow her to pursue without putting a lot of money down, and then be able to see if it's something she wants to keep with that we can then put money towards in the future. We as a family are not against putting money into our kids' education. We think it's very important our kids get the education they need, but we don't want to force our kids to do 4 years of music lessons for a child who's just not inclined to wanting to do that. Music lessons, language lessons, crafting lessons, whatever it is. We like to watch the kids be able to pursue what they want, and for us to be able to spend our money, the limited budget we have, wisely to make sure that each kid is getting the things that are important for them. So Rosetta Stone is one thing we're using for Naomi. Also, we are just making sure that while we have this extra time that we're not needed for things outside the home, that we're allowing Naomi to pursue music. She isn't taking lessons, like she's doing online freebie YouTube lessons right now, but just making sure that we're giving her time each day to practice. She's learning the recorder, she's learning the guitar, and she's teaching herself piano. So those are all just good things that she's interested in that may, in the future, become something we actually do lessons for. One thing we're really working on with Samuel is working on diligence and just being able to complete a project. So we found Scratch, which is a coding project, a coding thing online that's free, that he's working through a set of step-by-step instructions and just working through, instead of trying to create something new, actually reading the instructions. That's an important task for this 9-year-old boy right now because he's so inventive and so creative. He just wants to go and make his own thing, and sometimes it's good to work through a set of directions. For Josiah, we're working a lot on therapy things right now. Just some things that went by the wayside while we were on vacation, and then once we came home, as I mentioned in another video, we were working on some medication, and so that will be up tonight, and we will see how he does with that. But just working on his therapies, making sure we're getting in good stretching exercises and brain exercises for him. For trying to go down the list. Oh, I forgot to add Virginia at the start of that list. Virginia is very self-directed and has picked her own curriculum for this school year already. So she's just continuing on with her regular school program. Josiah is doing the therapy. Abigail really wants to learn how to cook, so she helped me make lunch today. We made potato soup, and Uriah really likes to be in the kitchen just pouring. Today he helped scoop oatmeal into a container. So just making sure that you're focusing on the things that would really be of interest to your children. There are a lot of free resources right now, and if I were to get every resource that looked good, my kids would never have time to pursue the Bible and the things that we really want to make sure we get into every day. So I'm going to just mention a couple other resources that are available right now. Answers in Genesis has multiple things every day that are lectures from the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter. There's some behind-the-scenes tours. Those are all found on Ken Ham's Facebook page. So if you go to Facebook and you type in Ken, K-E-N, Ham, H-A-M, it will show those different things. They also have a little zoo there, and they're doing explanations of the animals every day. Also, the Cincinnati Zoo is doing a animal feature every day. We watched one on elephants the other day, on red pandas. I don't know, those have been really interesting. The kids have really enjoyed just learning some facts about those different animals. So I guess this video is to just encourage you to look at each of your children and see their interests, see what you can be focusing on while you have this time at home that you don't have to be out doing other appointments and other classes. But making sure that the free resources you're using are working towards your goal of whatever you have for your children to learn in the future, instead of just more busy work. Children will get frustrated if you're just throwing more educational experiences at them that they're not interested in, and is just making a lot of busy work for them. So I hope that this was helpful. And if you need help, if you are new to having your kids home, like with the I don't know, it's not really homeschooling when someone else is directing you. So if you're new to this crisis schooling, I've seen people post, and you would like some activities, you'd like some things that are free resources, let me know and I can help you look those up. But I hope that was an encouragement to you, and we will talk to you again later. Baby in the camera.